completing the square is part of, in Algebra 2, which you may have gotten it there, in the chapter on quadratics, it's presented as a way to solve equations, which we're going to show how you could use it to solve equations. In the end, I don't think we generally use it to solve equations because you're just going to use the quadratic formula. I mean, the quadratic formula is derived by completing the square. So they're kind of the same thing anyways. That's why I don't, myself, when I'm teaching that chapter, I don't worry about completing the square so much because it doesn't really help us solve anything. But this is how we use it to solve an equation. Right? I would move the negative 9 onto the other side, which becomes positive, right? Add 9 to both sides. And now I'm going to complete the square on these two terms here, right? What do I add into that last position to complete the square? Half of negative 8 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16, right? So negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4. Negative 4 squared is 16, plus 16. Okay, but you can't just add something to one side of the equation without changing the equation unless you do what? You add it to the other side. So when you're completing the square to solve an equation, you go to the other side and you go plus 16. Right. Now, this is x minus 4 squared equals 25. And then in order to solve to the x, since the x is in a term or a factor which is being squared, how can I undo this? I can take the square root of both sides. X minus 4 equals plus or minus 5. So x minus 4 equals 5, which means x equals 9. X minus 4 equals negative 5, which means x equals negative 1.